Welcome to our Day 1 recap of PAX West 2019. This is covering the first day of PAX, but also some of the stuff we checked out before PAX, because we went to the Indie at Xbox open house the night before PAX West.
The ID at Xbox.
What did I say?
Indie. That's a different thing. Don't say that.
It was Indies at Xbox. Teddy Chinaris, did you see anything cool there?
Yeah, I played, now that I'm thinking about it, I only played one game, but I saw a bunch of stuff. I played Riftbreaker, which is supposed to be coming out, I think he said it was next year. I'll have to look to be sure. But it was like an RTS tower defense twin stick shooter kind of thing, and it was really cool. It was like you're in a giant mech, and you have to like harvest resources while also like defending the place. It was really cool. And other than that, there's no like other huge standout because like all of the games just looked at least visually awesome. You guys played Spiritfarer and I watched, and that was like very interesting and a lot different than what I had expected from the trailer for that. There's nothing else that I can think of that was huge, but Riftbreaker was really cool.
But before we get into that game, you saw some other games at the Xbox event.
Yeah, I played most of the demo for She Dreams Elsewhere, which artistically is a lot like Undertale, but it plays more like Persona from what we saw.
Yeah. We learned today that it was developed by a dude who's like 21.
Yeah, he's super young and super talented. But that one was super cool. I'm really excited for that one. And I also played through pre-alpha version of Paradise Lost, which looks super dope. Basically, what they brought there was a proof of concept, and it was beautiful. And I really hope that they push forward with that, because that would be a game that I would play the shit out of, I think.
What would you describe it as? It's
a post-apocalyptic, I think it's supposed to be a survival game, because you start off and like the whole demo plays out that you're a kid, you're like 10, and you survive the apocalypse with your mom, and you're in like a bunker together, and you do some menial tasks. You water a poppy, you put out a fire that starts. It's really...
Oh, no.
Yeah, an electrical wire like comes unattached underneath the poppy plant, and you have to use the water to put out the fire. But it was really short. It was only like 10 minutes. But like basically she said the premise of the game is that you get separated from your mother and you have to find her. And that's where the demo ends, is when you get separated from your mother. Because someone's about to go and sack your bunker that you're staying in. They're about to go...
raid it?
Yeah, raid it. So you have to run away. And it's really pretty, and the music is really good, and the voice acting sounds really good, and I hope sincerely that game makes it. That's a dope-looking game. And the team was super nice. They were the ones from Poland.
Yeah. We're hoping to talk to them later in PAX. We did end up, both me and Darrian sat down and did the co-op demo of Spiritfarer.
Spiritfarer.
Yeah. It seems like it should be Farrier, because it's literally a game about ferrying spirits to the afterworld to, move on. But you have to like get them in a position where they're ready to move on. And that's got a lot of kind of small stuff of just kind of making them feel comfortable by feeding them, doing tasks for them, just, making them feel ready.
It's cutesy.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fetch quests.
Yeah.
So far, from what we've seen.
But just apparently the co-op mode is a new feature. I was playing the main character, who's Stella, and
I played the cat, whose name is Daffodil.
Yeah, what's cool, and this is something you don't normally see, is the cat can do everything Stella can do, except talk to the characters. And things that you would not think the cat should be able to do. The cat can cook, the cat can fish, like every task Stella can do, the cat seems to be able to do. So it allows you, like, it's a fun co-op experience where both players are contributing. But we played through this demo that kind of set up, okay, you're getting ready to send off one of your passengers. According to the devs, it was about a third of the way through the game, and it ended up ending right before you sent the person off. It very much was like, hey, everybody's ready, the thing's about to happen, and then you got the screen that ended. But we did get to, so since I was playing the main character at Xbox, this morning we had an appointment to see the game again, and Darrian took the reins of the main character alongside the art director.
Yep, his name is Joe.
Yeah, and she got to experience some new stuff. What all was that, and what'd you think?
Well, in the main game, basically you just run through this one mission with this one character, or main demo, I guess. It's very linear. It's specifically this task set, but Joe showed me some additional stuff that you can access, different islands that you can visit, different events that you can trigger on the map. And it was really cool because there's a couple different interactions you can do to collect glims, which is the currency in the game. The one in the mainline demo was just catching lightning, but in the little bit of extra stuff that I played, there was catching jellyfish, which was cool. The music was really dark. And at one point I saved a dragon, which is also really cool. There's just a lot of really interesting little things. But yeah, I'm excited for that one because it sounds like it's going to be like a little just cutesy, campy style of game.
Yeah, and we'll have the full interview with that art director going live at some point once we get back from PAX. We've got a lot of content planned, so you'll be seeing a lot of cool stuff from us.
The most surprising thing about that game to me is just in general how, like, from the first trailer, it just seemed like an indie, like, narrative kind of game where it's just like a story and you go through, and it seemed something like Journey, where it'd be like a few hours or something, but it's totally seems like it is much more fleshed out, and that there's like the dude at the ID at Xbox night said that it was literally like a lot of the systems are like Stardew Valley, where like you harvest, there's like resource management and cooking and I was like, oh, now I'm even more interested.
Oh yeah,
and I think Joe said it was hand drawn. Which is super cool as well. I love seeing that in games.
Yeah. And when the cat glides, it inflates up into a balloon and is like deflating as it goes.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's a really cute little animation.
Literally all that I did the first playthrough at the ID at Xbox. But it was fun.
I will say another thing that I really thought was cool about it was that the characters would tell you about different locations, and then they would pop up on the map of like, hey, here's this deal. But Joe ended up clicking just in the water, not on any of these locations, and the boat went.
Take you, yeah.
Yeah, so you can literally click anywhere and go to it, so you don't have to know something is there. You can literally explore the water, and that seems really cool.
Yeah, it seems like an incredibly like open world exploration, just a really eclectic mix of fun, cool things. That is going to be great. It's going to be a pretty long game. We did talk about it in the interview, but she said it's going to be like 30 hours for just the main storyline and like 100 hours for completionist, which is nuts.
Which is all like way more than I ever expected from that. And it's supposed to be like PS4, PC, Xbox One, and Switch, and I think they said Game Pass as well. So
she awesome. Said it was when it drops, it's gonna be in Game Pass.
Oh, that's amazing!
Yeah,
so I just get it for
yeah. So that's a really cool deal too. That's probably why they were at Xbox.
So, Teddy, both of you, this is your first time at a PAX. What do you think so far?
It's awesome. The only other thing I've been to that is any sort of close is Guardian Con, which is a lot smaller. But, like, a lot smaller is such an understatement. It's really big. It's way bigger than I thought it would be. That's what she said. I'm sorry. But it's giant. It's like the expo hall itself is crazy. And it's spread across like a bunch of different hotels throughout the city as well.
Which can be somewhat confusing. There's several Hyatts, and you can tell which hotel a panel is in if it starts with the same letter. And we were looking for the hippogriff once, so we're like, okay, it's got to start with an H. It was a Hyatt, but there were a lot of Hyatts, so we had to check every Hyatt basically.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Yeah.
But an adventure.
It's really cool though, and the I didn't really get to play anything today, but it was like a going in today and looking around, it was like, okay, tomorrow I know what I'm gonna do.
We spent a lot of the
there's
first
so
day
much
just
stuff.
Scoping out the area, figuring out, trying to make a game plan. There was a lot of time where we spent just kind of dawdling and not doing much because there were so many people.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of people on. It was like we wanted to look around and see all of it. At least.
Yeah, took us a little bit to get into the building, and then we had our appointments and a lot of stuff going on. But I was really excited with the panels we saw. We went to an indie panel. Alex Van Aken was on there. Great to support him. Kind of Funny had a game showcase, which was really cool because we got to see more of these games that we either have appointments for or maybe don't even know anything about and are now excited about.
I think that was my favorite part of the day.
That was a good part.
That was great.
And I got to interact with Greg Miller, and that's always a great time.
There were 11 different games. It was not like the other Kind of Funny game showcases where it's like a big long video package of a bunch of different indie games. It was like 11 games where he would bring out the developer and have them talk about it and explain it and whatnot. And I'm just going to pick out a couple that were interesting to me. The first one, Decay of Logos, was really cool, and it is out right now, and it's $20 on PlayStation. I genuinely was like, I want to go home and buy that and play it. It's supposed to be like 10 hours long-ish. It's a game that's like not supposed to hold your hand. It's like a third-person action-adventure, like you have a sword, go out and explore kind of thing, and the art style is awesome. It looks really cool, and I'm interested in it. And then Torchlight 2 is coming to the Switch and the PlayStation and all that, which is an old PC game that I love. Dude, I used to play this game, and I would tell my friends, I was like, dude, I wish this would come to console. I'd be so happy. I would platinum this game, but I have it pre-ordered on my Switch, and it comes out on Tuesday, so I'm going to get to play it on the flight home. It's perfect, and it makes me happy. Game's great. You can have a panda as a pet. You can have a panda, you can have a wolf. You can have a unicorn now in the Switch version. It's great. It's a good time.
Darrian, was there any like outside the expo hall stuff that you really enjoyed?
Pass. Next question, please.
What does that mean?
I'm having a hard time remembering things outside of the expo hall.
I mean, yeah. So Kind of Funny, and then I think we just checked out the show floors, which was cool. We went to the board game areas. We learned where a lot of stuff is, so the next 3 days we can kind of go to these things without going, where is it? How do I get around? So yeah, we're going to have a lot of cool stuff going on the rest of the time. We ended the night with the postmortem improvised postmortem panel, which is just funny.
It was so good.
Yeah, I love those guys. It was streamed to Twitch, so if you could track down the VOD, it's worth it.
Definitely.
But that's our impressions from day one. Hopefully we'll be able to do these each day along PAX and keep you updated on what we're up to. Thank you, and see you later.